where did we get to? Last 3 scenes. Okay. This game is fucking long, man. If you, like, go, like, a normal playthrough of this game could take, I don't know, I'm trying to think back to when I played it, but let's say, like, you could feasibly put, like, 20 hours into this game. On the first one. Okay. I need you to, like, lose me. That was weird. I would say this is a classic in a lot of ways. Actually, I would say this is definitely a classic. It's a good game. Like, I feel like people definitely got bogged down on like the sort of controversy surrounding it. You know, negative shout outs to Jack Thompson. Okay, where's the other guy? Now we're fine. But yeah, like, it is a really good game. Like, it's a very, very good. One of the, I think, probably has some of the most solid like stealth mechanics in any like. I think this puts certain stealth games to shame with the way like they handle noise. Oh man, pre-RE4 aim though. God, it's rough. What? I shot you in the head. Okay, where did he come from? I'm actually... I have to check the tape on that. I swear he just appeared out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Was he there and I just didn't see him? Because usually there's only 3 enemies in that part. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get 4 stars on these, like, right off the bat, because it's been so long since I've played this. I'm going to need to know where the enemies are, because the really heavy gun levels are just somewhat trial and error. Like... Is that a... Yeah, that's a weapon. I was a little bit disappointed that there's no gun executions. I think gun executions would have been pretty cool. Maybe that's the line they didn't want to cross, though. You know, they were like, no, can't do that. Jesus Christ. That'll get our game banned for sure. Okay. So I know there's a lot of shotgun people here, so... Be quiet a second. I really don't know what the weird, like... You sometimes get really weird interference on, like, on the audio on this game. I don't know why. I don't think this happened on the PS2 version. Yeah, like that, like, weird, it's almost like a record skipping noise, like... Ah, the old VHS tape. I know if you, I think, you come this way, I think you can actually get an execution on one of these guys.
Come on out and play, you cocksucker.
Oh, shit. God, that's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of people. You can get through and throughs on certain weapons. So if anybody wondering why they can't see me, if your little character goes blue, that means you're hidden in the shadows and they can't see you. I also really like the sort of, like the ambient things they say. Like if you just heard that, they say, I can't see shit out of these goggles, so keep your ears open. Even though it's sort of, like, they give off like a thermal goggle sort of vibe, don't they? Whoa, shit. Okay, you didn't show up on the radar, did you? Yeah, it takes 3 bullets, I think, to kill one of them with the pistol, but you have to, like, tap up on the stick to aim at their head. Like, the free aiming in this game is just fucking terrible. You can do it, but, like, if an enemy goes, like, out of your reticle when you're in free aim, it will then lock onto them again, and then, but you can't press up to aim at their head unless you're quite close to them. So, I feel like when this game goes, like, super gun heavy, it's definitely the weaker part of the game. Okay, so I was trying to aim at his head there, but he aimed at the sniper rifle guy. God, what's the order for this mission? I can't remember. I feel like it's you go this way first. I'm actually not hidden here. Oops. Still not hidden here. There we go. Was there a... I just thought there's actually a crowbar right at the start of the level, isn't there? Again, one of the few games where your enemies actually have to reload, and you can actually use that to your advantage quite a bit. Like, they have the same ammo in their guns that you do. Oops. Headshots do count for more style points, but executions are definitely what you want, and it's kind of tricky to get executions in this level. See? Caught him reloading. I think there's a couple of free executions here, so you can shoot him. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, this guy, you can always get a red kill on him. I don't actually know what health I had there. I'm going to restart this, and I'm going to grab that crowbar. I still need to 4-star that one. But Starkweather's got one hell of a crib. Also, I just thought this is one of the early third-person games where you can actually strafe and run at the same time. You can even run backwards in this game. Which I don't think any other third-person shooter does. I suppose Dead Space, technically. Turn around. Please. Right, so that'll give me his pistol. And I think the crowbar was around the back. Go. Grab that. There we go. Right. Yes. Cool. Right then. I swear there was painkillers somewhere around here. So annoying that these guys have the light shotgun, because you can get the same gun with no torch on it. It's just, that doesn't like trigger people to where you are. Right then. I could have swore there was painkillers around there somewhere. It's weird seeing like the sort of fake video effect, you know, now, because just, you know, no one uses video. Okay, I really thought that was going to be Shadow. I'm really surprised that one shot. I'm really surprised that one shot at him at that distance. Ah, I got my save point. Yeah, this game is pretty brutal. Funny thing now though, like because of, I guess because of graphics, like it doesn't really, it nowhere near has the impact it had, you know, back when it came out. Like, man, people went fucking insane over this game. I remember people at school, when it came out, just rushed to buy it, because like people legitimately were afraid it was going to get banned, and you know, no, I've got to play it, you know. Please don't walk into me. This trio here is a real problem. I think that just triggered that guy, didn't it? No, it didn't. Okay. So if you get like the headshot on the shotgun, it's more point. It's more like style, essentially. Reload. Oops. Shit. Do love it when you get the through and through. That's just... It's extremely efficient and it's very satisfying as well. Now he should turn... Yeah, I was gonna say, he should turn around. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. How did they see me? That was weird. That made no sense. Alright, let's try going this way. Because killing those three just took a lot of time. And I only got one execution out of it. And it wasn't a red. It's a bit weird, like, how they sometimes spot you, like, wall peeking them. Oh no, is that the... Oh no, I think it's the sniper that's spotting me, isn't it? Not them. I mean, that's a pretty easy way to kill these two. What's up, Ollie? I don't know if I've got the energy to think enough to do this. Because, like, getting the max rank on these later levels is... Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, well, there you go. Ah! That's one thing about the pistol. The pistol's, like, quicker to draw, so you can kill them faster. The last time I did this, I think it was before I went to college. So. Oh god, yeah. Like, sometimes they, like, wreck you as well. Still think going to the left is probably the safest option. Yeah, you gotta play it safe there. Oh god, yeah, I forgot it came out on PC. Yeah, that's another thing too about this game, and it's why I really did enjoy it when it came out. You know, again, before, like, you know, the days of guides and that. This game's fucking hard. If you play this game, like, without any help, this game on hardcore is not easy. It really isn't an easy game. This is on normal, or fetish as they call it. Wow. I wish there was, like, a way to know when they were going to give you painkillers. See, the assault rifle's really good, but it doesn't do the style that you need. Yeah, this was a game that if you max rank the entire game on hardcore, you get just a ton of, like, truly game-breaking cheats, which are just super fun. Okay, so if you kill... So if you leave the guys in the middle alive, that's where they came from. Okay. I do love that you can just throw the the severed head as a lure. That's funny. These guys have all got machine guns, don't they? That's not good. Yeah, these have all got machine guns.
Seen anything yet?
Not quite sure how that guy didn't see me, but we'll take it.
Boxes in the coop. Repeat, some boxes in the coop.
They're gonna...
Damn, sports quick.
Ah, that's annoying. God, I just can't remember, like, what the pattern is for this level. These were, like, the last levels I 5-starred years and years ago, because they're just really fucking annoying.
Sector clear.
And then there's... I think if you get... that might be, If you want to try it rush down, I think that's probably the better way to go. Because if I can get inside that building, if I remember rightly, the rest of them just like come up the stairs to you one at a time. I wonder if it's feasible to get a 2-for-1 there. I wonder if I just run straight to there, could I 2-for-1 those two guys and then just bugger off? Well, I didn't quite get a 2-for-1, but that was pretty fast. I don't think these guys actually... No, they don't. God, I hate it when they do that. The machine gun guys, if they hit you, like, as you're raising your weapon, like, it just has an insane amount of hit stun. And you can't move. Like, they can drain your entire health bar. Shotgun guys, in a weird way, like, aren't as bad. Like, shotgun guys might get one hit on you, but then you can hit them and they're dead. Has he got a pistol? Alright.
Sector is empty, man. We're talking tumbleweeds.
So we can take out this guy with a red. And he gave me painkillers. Lovely. You can tell this is Rockstar. Painkillers. Now there's a game that needs a remake. Max Payne.
I'm zeroing in.
Shut up. He had a shotgun too, didn't he? Yeah. I think there's painkillers in the middle of the maze, if I remember rightly. Oh no, it's even better. It's a checkpoint. I'm starting to vaguely remember how I did this now. Because if you die, you respawn at the checkpoint, but with full health. And you can still max rank the levels if you like die to a checkpoint and respawn. Like it just adds to your time. That's all. Right. So what now? What have I got to get rid of here? That was like 3 pistol guys, I think.
Wait up. It's probably nothing, but not a trace of a bastard.
Probably shouldn't do this. That's my... Oh no, hang on. Are they just gonna run away? Yeah, I think it's really hard to get those guys to move. I think like they're there for you to snipe. Ow! God, see how much damage that fucking sniper rifle bullet did. Fucking hell. This guy has the worst hearing ever. Right, give me that. Who said that? Ah! Oh. Well, hello there. Totally forgot about you. This guy looking around like he's dropped his wallet. Like, no, where is it? I don't know. Right then. Okay, that's the sniper's dead. That sound effect sounds really familiar.
He's a slippery bastard, so this won't be a walk in the park.
Yeah, so if I remember rightly, these guys should just come straight up here. Yeah, they do. I need health, though.
Let's face it, a big scary death row asshole like him ain't gonna be man enough to... Look, when I say
That was close. I really hope there's not any there's no one left. I feel like there is painkillers in there, but I don't know where. I might have to come back and have another look. Right, what's this way? I think this Max Payne and Unreal Tournament are my main memories of PC games. God, yeah. Max Payne was... I'd say that was a watershed moment for games. Like, I remember it was a really big deal that it won a BAFTA. People were like, man, like, holy shit, I'll take that. I cannot believe that still 4-starred that mission. I thought I was way too slow. Pigsy. Yeah, I remember it was a huge deal that it won a BAFTA. You know, I remember hearing about it. I remember like my dad mentioned that actually. My dad mentioned it like just randomly once. I was like, "Did you hear about like Max Payne winning a BAFTA?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." Like, you know, I was like, "Man, even my dad heard about it." You know, it was really that sort of thing just never happened. I don't. I remember this mission is a pain in the arse.
The skyline is clear. He's definitely at ground level.
It's funny with the main thing that annoys me about PC games is the, you know, like, instability that you sometimes have to deal with, and yet now, like, I literally cannot play the one game I want to play right now, which is Doom, and I have that on PS4. I have the console version, and I literally cannot play it. Whoops. Alright, I need health. I don't have any ammo either. Is he gonna come through the door? I really liked Max Payne 2. Really did. That game, I don't think is as fondly remembered as 1. I do think 1's better, I must say, but I think 1 was just such a big moment that, you know, in general, I guess people remember 1, you know, more. Just 1 was just, you know, crazy. You bastard. In a good way, though. Okay, I swear there was some painkillers around here somewhere.
It will be a pleasure, sir. Escort him upstairs.
Now, if I know you can, if you have the health, like if you do the first part of this mission like properly, I guess, you can just rush when they move the captain. Like you can just rush them with a machine gun and just mow them all down. Ooh, well, that was lovely. Ah, shit.
Copy that request for support. Hang in there, guys. Help is coming.
Alright. Something tells me this is probably not going to be an execution-heavy level. Whoa, did I just, like... I think I just literally walked right past somebody.
Okay, on it today.
Oh, that's killer. Fucking... hit stun, man. What are the plus frames on those bullets? Crap, that was my fault. I just thought, if I quit... Because if I can actually carry on that save with the crowbar, that's really good. If they do remake Max Payne, though, please take out those drug levels. Man, like you always end up dying on them just because the movement is just so not made for like platforming, and yet they literally just make you platform in those segments.
Did you get that? Hello? Fucking thing screwed. Oh shit, yes sir.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, so that's 2 reds right off the bat. No pun intended. I remember, you know, funnily enough, like the sensitive types when I was at school. Me and a friend really, really liked this game. Like, we really just got super into it. Like, not because it was hella violent and that, just because, like, you know, it was a legit stealth game. Like, it was really fun. Whoa. 2 for 1, we'll take those. You know what, I might go for it now. I think I might be able to actually do it. Yeah, and man, people used to really try and like take the piss out of us for liking this game. which I always thought was quite funny. Yeah, this is where this is where he is. Look. Yeah, that's the captain. Yeah. Oh, I need to get the other one. Shit. Was there painkillers at the start of the level?
Copy that request for support. Hang in there, guys. Something's coming. Okay, I got a location on him. I'm just waiting on you guys. Lunatic, free my sector.
There's painkillers behind the... I could have swore there was painkillers behind the bar. Okay, maybe not. I love that you still get this cutscene. Even though I literally, you know, knocked down the door and murdered like 3 of them. Oh, there's the painkillers. Oh, man. Motherfucker. That was close. Completely, like, forgot about this room. This is not good.
Check it all real good. Can't see shit through these goggles. Why are we wearing these stupid things?
Just lines like that, just really funny.
Hey, brain. I got some message for you. Rock in the night.
Ah,
I know he'd show up.
bastard. God, I completely forgot about that room. That, if I remember rightly, that might be why. I think that's why I go for like the killing him first strat. Just because it makes that room so much easier. Because I think if you trigger like him running away, I think it spawns a shitload more enemies, which you obviously don't want to have to deal with. So we can get a couple of free executions here. And I'll pick that up. God, this aiming is terrible.
I'm tracking the target.
Where are you going? Muppet? Ooh. Right, that's the room. That's where he is. I'll try it. Oh no, there was another one. Okay, okay, that's fine. Because you can one-shot him with the shotgun. I don't know. I thought I'd killed them all though. Okay. What the? Yeah. Ah, that's completely fucked this up though. Yeah. Kill me. Wait, 2 for 1. It's funny how sometimes when you just completely YOLO it, like you kill way more guys than when you try and play it like conservatively. It's I forgot there's 2 stacks of painkillers in that room, so you can be a little bit reckless. Rockstar games have, I don't know, it's funny, I haven't played one in a while, like, I think Red Dead might be the last one I played, Red Dead 1. They always have good humor in them. Like, alright then, so we can get rid of him, and then pretty much just need to mop up the rest with the pistol. And then I can kill, I can just rush the captain guy. Oh, okay, now there's painkillers in here too, isn't there? And painkillers in here. I feel like they kind of know it's really hard to avoid damage here, because like they give you so much health. Oh, what's up, Demon? The only thing I've got left to do are 4-star every mission, which is pretty easy. Once I remember the patterns, and then I've got to do a mission without getting spotted. Right, so this is bad, because now he's on the move. Oh, please come this way. Ah, I remember now. I remember. You need to get machine guns, and you need to be at that door, and then when he comes out, you can literally just mow him down. Oh, god damn it. Why do you sometimes, like, have good hearing? I just need to get killed here, really. You know what, I'm gonna quit here and restart, because that's actually the start of the mission. I've lost quite a bit of time there, so. Okie dokie. See, I actually stopped moving there, like, later than last time. Yeah, this guy didn't hit me, so. Don't get that. Yeah. It's just weird how the way sound works sometimes. Me neither, Demon. I did play it, I played it quite a bit when I first got this on PS4, because I had no idea this was on PS4. And I 5-starred hardcore because I saw the trophies, and I thought, oh, okay, well, surely if you 5-star hard, like, that will count. It did not, which was a bit annoying. Because hardcore is significantly more difficult. You have no radar in hardcore mode. You see that little thing at the bottom left with, like, the sound wave? You don't have that in hardcore, so hardcore is way tougher to 5-star. And, like, the requirements for the violence is higher on that mode as well. Okay, where did you go? Oh, shit. I just saw that.
Copy that for support. Hang in there, guys. Help is coming.
Shit. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the second one was. There was a lot of stuff actually about the Manhunt 2. For anyone who doesn't remember, that game actually got denied classification twice, which means it would have been essentially X-rated. Like it would have been adult only, like quite literally the same categorization as porn. And they had to. So in these executions you see here, look, they had to. What I think they did. They put like the fake snow effect on them. You know, that's funny. I bet anyone who's had a CRT knows what I mean by that. But if you've never had one, like when I say snow, like you won't. That probably won't make any sense. But what it means is like the staticky picture noise when you hear that like shh on an old TV. So for example, right here, that right there, that little like flash. They did that throughout the executions, and it even came out on the Wii. And that caused a fucking storm, because, you know, people, well, I say people, it was mainly just a few fucking idiots led by, you know, Jack Thompson, but it was like, oh man, the interactivity of the Wii version practically makes this a murder simulator. It's gonna train people to kill. You know, with these ultra-realistic gun physics. Like, what a fucking hack. Oh, yes. Did that kill three? Oh, did that kill three? Okay, whoa. Oh, calm your shit. Did that kill three in one bullet? I gotta check the tape on that one. That was cool. Yeah, it really would. Like, they'd be like, what does that mean? But, yeah, this game was, it was really controversial. Like, and I think as well, to a certain extent, Rockstar, like, definitely enjoyed, being, like, the bad boy, you know? I think for a while they were, until they realized, oh, wait, if we don't do this, we can make, like, way more money. But yeah, for a while, they definitely enjoyed having, like, the bad boy image, you know? Like, oh, those Rockstar games, man. The Suffering had it as well, to a certain extent. When The Suffering was, like, you know, coming up to release. The Suffering's great, though. I don't think that's been re-released on any, like, modern system. And I can't remember if it got a PC release. But no, the Suffering is a superb game. That's well worth checking out. Shut up. Yeah, see, so because this is the pathway that the captain wants to take. Like, this is where his path tells him to go, but because I'm here, like, he's not coming out yet.
I don't know. It was big, whatever it was.
Okay, I didn't think there was two left in there.
Well, yeah, see what you've got.
Okay, there's three in there. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't bring enough soda for a siege. Alright, I need to try and get to those painkillers. Oh! Forgot about those. One. I don't think I'll be able to go and get those painkillers. They're too far away. Oh, crap. I forgot about this one.
Roger that. Reinforcements are on their way.
Or does that just kind of break his pattern? Like, does that break his programming? I'll take them both. I think Runner is by far the best cheat, I think. Either Runner or Silence. That yellow bar on the right is like my stamina. It's funny how like popping in and out of cover like really fucks with their aiming. Like they hardly ever hit you. Right, he's got to be on his own now, right? I think there's one more guy. Yep. Please aim at his head. Okay. No guts, no glory. As you can tell, he has a wee bit more health than the rest of them. Point blank shotgun to the head still one-shots him, but the regular guys go down in like 4 or 5 assault rifle bullets. That's a brutal checkpoint, that is. Like, that's a pretty long segment to do without a checkpoint. Remember when games didn't really give a shit about checkpoints?
I got a ghost in my sector. He's on the move. Tango is in flight. Repeat, Tango is in.
That auto-aim, like, quite nearly just fucked me over.
Should be with you guys.
I think there's painkillers down here. The levels are also really long. It's like, if you do everything in them, like, if you go everywhere. Shit. I couldn't remember what was down there. So, wait, do I actually need to...
I think I got some. Go, go, go!
I can't remember if you need to go... Do you need to go to the basement, or do you need to go upstairs? What's this way? Okay, yeah, this is the basement. Well, no, I can go... Let's have a look. Let's just go have a bit of a wander. Whoa! Hello there. No chaff grenades here.
We got all day. Show a move, asshole. Get ready. Come on, move your psycho butt. See if you can give it up, man. Just come out with your hands so I can see 'em.
Yeah, sometimes they just blind fire, which is actually kind of good. Like, it's annoyingly good AI. Like, if they know you're in the area, they'll blind fire, and if they hit you, then like they can see you. Okay, so that blue thing is not...
I'm zeroing in.
That hurt. Oh, I just can't remember where to go. I can't remember if you have to go up or down. There seem to be less enemies if I head down, so let's go down. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. No. Oh, yeah, I remember. You have to, yeah. That's a real fucking mix, that is, because if you go upstairs first, you then have to come all the way fucking back down here to turn on power to the lift. Can we talk about that auto aim for a minute, though? There was a guy literally stood in front of me. And he aims at the guy on the fucking stairs. And can we talk about how that wasn't a headshot? What the fuck? This is why the gun levels are kind of annoying. Like, the guns are just a bit off. Like, sometimes they work really well. Sometimes, you know, if you can get the head snapping lock on and that, like, you can chew through people very, very quickly with the guns. But, man, when they go wrong, they really go wrong. Okay, so I've still got... That was a lot of people killed, though. That was a bad reload. Oh, the shadow's there. Okay. Alright, well, that's good to know. So you go downstairs first, and then... Oh, okay. I think there's a way to get in there. Because those, like, metal doors have a padlock on the other side. Oh, no, so... Man, that's weird. Just one shot, then. Is 4-star like a kill requirement? Or... Yeah, the 4 stars is... so how it works on normal is you need 4 stars is actually the maximum you can get. You can't 5-star on normal. You have to play on hardcore. To 5-star, and it basically is determined by like how violent your kills are. So executions, see, sometimes like that can happen, but like that started out terribly, but then like the lock-on just took them all out for me. Yeah, it depends on your killing methods. So, generally speaking, the least stylish way to kill enemies is this, like, just mowing them down with a gun. The most style points is when you do the red executions, and the other factor is time. Like, every level does have a time limit. On normal, though, the time limits are quite generous. I think that just turns off the cameras, doesn't it? Not sure what that is. I was gonna say, I thought there was painkillers in here. Okay, so these cameras, I think I've actually killed every enemy now. Okay, so yeah, there I was down on style points. So I probably need to just get 1 or 2 more executions, and I'll be okay. Red executions count for like a shitload. I forgot that the last mission's called Deliverance. Alright, so we have a chainsaw enthusiast here. This guy is, this guy can be annoying. I'm not quite sure how I've lost all my guns, but if you had guns here, this guy'd be free. I'm not going to point out something, I'll just see if anybody notices. Okay, so it automatically like goes to red on Pigsy. Normally you have to charge up, it goes like white, yellow, red on the executions. God, I can't remember where the... There's 3 single-use items here. So the green ones, like this, these means you can only use them once. I think you have to... Oh, no. There he is. There he is. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta look that up. What came out first? Because holy shit. Yeah, I never thought of that. He totally fucking is, isn't he? Other media. Here we are. 2003. When did I want to say Saw was actually before that. I think Saw was 2002. Oh no. Okay, so Saw was 2003. Alright, hang on. Let's put 2 and 2 together here. Manhunt was November 18th, 2003. Oh, it doesn't actually give you a specific release date. Wait a minute. So the actual theatrical was 2004. So potentially, because didn't Saw get filmed in like 2.5 weeks? Anyway, man, Saw. God, I talk about movies that started a craze. But there's so fucking many Saw movies as well, man. Take this. So I gotta hit him with 3 of them. And then I can actually kill him. But I can't remember where the other one is. Because at any point, like, he can just, like... Yeah, here he is. And if he corners you, like, you're dead. I want to say it's over this way. No. Ah, here it is. I didn't actually do this on purpose, but I just thought I've got him to the same spot every time. Ooh. If I remember rightly, I think he can actually smell you. If you get too close, like, he'll actually... Like, he'll know where you are. Yeah, that's it. So now he's like, no! I'm sorry. He's too big. Oi. Wake up. A real Leatherface vibe to him, don't he? And that's it for you, buddy. That's a really brutal sound effect. Now you can fall through there.
Send him to hell. Go on.
If anyone remembers who Starkweather's voice actor is, it's a very, very, very well-known actor. Now, if I remember on hardcore, I think you absolutely have to red all 3 of these guys. Because these are the only, like, normal enemies in the level that you can execute. Which is tricky. I actually don't remember that line. Shit. Stop doing that.
Sorry, guys. He lost me.
Don't speed up. There we go. Yeah, I did look that up just now, yeah. So it could be. Like, it could have been. Really? You dick. I probably don't need to get 3 reds here on normal, but...
I have lost contact with the target. Come on, let's get this
Don't
over
turn
with.
around. Thank you. Right then. What the fuck?
Fucking cool, probably a kitty fiddler. I got no problem with dropping him.
Oh, okay. I forgot about you two. That is enough ammo, but... Wait, didn't I kill the other one, like, right here? I have a feeling I'm... Yeah, I'm probably spending too much time here. There it is. Right. Funny, his breathing never actually triggers enemies.
Don't get how dangerous this guy is. He's a human. I'm tracking a possible attack. Freaky.
I don't think you need... Oh god, that was close. I don't think you need the chainsaw, but... Just in case, we'll go grab it. There we go. Yeah, Hostel. Yeah, man, remember Hostel? Remember, that was what made the whole, like, crusade against video games, like, pretty funny. Because it was just all these, like, fucking... Just complete fucking talentless grifter fuckers, like, just piggybacking on, you know... Honestly, just winding people up. Where are you? There we are. So, I don't remember it that well, to be honest. It was one of those films where you just remember like the really violent bits from it. Like I don't actually remember. I don't actually remember the story at all. I'm trying to think. What is the fucking plot of Hostel? Oh, okay, so I think that means did I not 4-star that one? Didn't they do a shitload of those as well? Didn't they make a shitload of Hostel movies? Yeah, look at that though. Budget 4 million and it made over 80. Man. Rich people would pay to kill people. I'm looking it up now. College students Paxton and Josh are travelling across Europe with their Icelandic friend Ollie. In the Netherlands, they visit an Amsterdam nightclub followed by a brothel. Unable to get into their hostel because of a curfew, they accept the offer of a man named Alexei to stay at his apartment. He convinces them that instead of going to Barcelona, they should visit a hostel in Slovakia, which is filled with beautiful and desperate women and a few tourists in contrast to Barcelona, where they would have to compete with other tourists for the local women. This is why you don't think with the small head. Good life advice. 3 board a train to Slovakia where they encounter a strange Dutch businessman who touches Josh's leg. Josh yells at him, causing him to leave. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember now. Oh, wow, okay, the alternate ending is fucking dark of that movie. Jesus. Yeah, I remember that. You know, it's funny. I remember listening to it was one of the KTPs actually, the Combat Tune podcast. It was a podcast that Slip 16-bit and K7 were on, like in the early NRS days. it's always really fascinating to hear, like, I'm guessing that they've never actually been. It's fascinating to hear, like, how they kind of perceive, like, Europe. I think, in a way, it's probably just the kind of opposite to how people from Europe perceive the US that have never been to the US. It's kind of the same thing. I like, you know, I think people sometimes think, like, certain parts of Europe are like the RE4 village, you know? It's like, not quite. Yeah, I'm just thinking, what did it do, like... The film's release was accompanied by strong complaints from Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Slovak and Czech officials were both disgusted and outraged by the film's portrayal of their countries as undeveloped, poor and uncultured lands suffering from high criminality, war and prostitution, fearing it would damage the good reputation of Slovakia and make foreigners feel it was a dangerous place to be. The Tourist Board of Slovakia invited Roth on an all-expenses-paid trip to their country so he could see it is not made up of run-down factories, ghettos and kids who kill for bubblegum. Tomáš Kovalby, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, a Slovak member of parliament from the Slovak Democratic and Christian Union Democratic Party, commented, "I am offended by this film. I think that all Slovaks should feel offended." Defending himself, Ross said that the film was not meant to be offensive, arguing, "Americans do not even know that this country exists. My film is not a geographical work that aims to show Americans ignorance of the world around them." The contradiction in that statement, I don't think it's intentional, but like the contradiction in that statement is amazing. Roth has repeatedly argued that despite the many films in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, people still travel to Texas. That's a fair point, to be honest. Although I don't think they don't really make a big deal. I don't feel those films make a big deal about the setting. You know. Yeah. You know, they're not like, this is filmed in Texas where, be careful, you might get chainsawed. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so we've got 2 more missions left to 4-star. This mission is both of these are absolute fuckers to 4-star. Like, we'll do this one. Oh, what's up, VHS? An American friend of mine thinks I live in a windmill and wear clogs. I'm not even Dutch. Oh, man. I mean, but yeah, like, you know, like, kind of, you know, like, I think, but as I said, like, it's the same the other way around. For example, like, when I've been to the US, and I've been to quite a lot of places in the US, particularly, people's idea of San Francisco is, like, not at all what San Francisco is like, and when you, like, try and explain to people what it's like, you know, over here, like, they don't really get it. Explaining the differences in service is, like, people just don't believe you. For example, right, I remember me and Al one morning, this was, like, about 6 a.m, like, we were gonna, like, we needed to hit the road really early, and I remember we set off, and we went to this, like, just, like, roadside diner for breakfast. It was, I don't know, like, 6:30 in the morning, maybe. Like, really, really early. 6:30 in the morning, empty, like, empty diner, completely fucking empty. Two waitresses, like, 2 table waitresses, that's, like, table service, for lack of a better word. We're all, like, we're there, like, you know, ready for people to arrive. 2 at that time in the morning, and, you know, I'd say probably, you could probably fit, like, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 people in the diner. It wasn't a huge place. I'm not exaggerating here. In the UK, you can have a restaurant that will seat 100+ people, and you are lucky if you've got 4 people waiting the tables. And I'm not exaggerating there. I can't prove it now because of what's going on, obviously, but trust me. Service is, like, I'm surprised more people don't, like, just leave without paying in the UK, because honestly, it would be so easy to do, because there just aren't the people, like, to keep an eye out. Like, there really aren't. Like, maybe it does happen more. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it happens all the time. But so if I stay here, I gotta be quick. And like, you know, going out, it's honestly like going to America and like spending so much time in America and like eating out there has really kind of ruined. Like, I hate going out to eat in the UK now. I genuinely do, because you'll ask for water and you'll get it literally like 20 minutes later. And I don't hold that against the staff. You know, I've worked as a waiter. I used to do that job. You know, having 4 people to like fucking over 100 people in the restaurant is fucking dumb. You know, there's no way you can keep up with that and maintain, you know, like a, you know, a sort of a fast level of service. You just can't. Like a lot of places in the UK as well, you have to order your own food. Like, you go up to the counter and order. Like, it's like, it's weird, you know? Going to dinner in the US was a nightmare. The waiters kept bugging me. I mean, they can do. That's true. I gotta be honest, though. You tend to get a lot of attention as an Englishman in the US from the waitresses. I genuinely don't think I've ever had a waiter ever in the US. It's always been women. It's always been waitresses. Do waiters not come by that much in the EU? I mean, I can only really speak for the UK, but like table service is like not a thing here at all. Yeah, pretty much what VHS said. Yeah. No, we don't tip here either. I mean, it's it depends. Like, if I actually get, if that's the thing too. Like, tipping here is kind of a like kind of makes no sense, because you would never really get like a level of service that you would like actually tip for, you know? Like, genuinely, like, don't mean to rag on like people that do it, but yeah, and you know, like wages and that are different here. Like, you know, there is a minimum wage here. Don't get me wrong, it's not great. But as far as I'm aware, like, I don't think it's the same in the US. Like, that's why tipping, I think, is more of a thing in the US, is because like their wages are so like like an average waitress wage is so crap. That like they almost work for tips in some places, you know. So that's something I've asked Al on, like, you know, when I ask him like how much do you tip, and he said like you work out what the tax is, like, because every state's tax is different. Where the hell did you come from? Cheeky bastard. But in general, like, you know, service is way better over there. It's just, but I think that's sort of a contrast. Like, it's not that. It might be that it's not so much better. It might just be that it is so much worse in the UK. You know. Americans think raising the minimum wage is a sign of demonic socialism. Oh, really, T? I didn't know that. Whereabouts are you based, T, if you don't mind saying? Because I know some... Because, like, for example, Vegas, I think, was, like... I want to say Vegas was, like, 8% tax or something. So, like, a tip is, like, 15% or so. I got to admit, I'm a sucker for tips. Like, like, I really am. Most of the waitresses in the US are insanely cute and pretty. And, yeah, like, I'm such a fucking mark, man. I'm telling you. I'm so free. Like... And, like, Al is the opposite. Like, Al has very high standards. Look at him just, like, taking headshots like a champ. I'm sorry, what was that? Could you repeat that? Get wrecked, son. God, I've got no fucking health, though. Alright, I'm gonna grab this and head straight downstairs. But yeah, I'm just free when it comes to American accents. I also think American accents are really cute on girls, so shit! Whatever. John's not only thirsty at a bar, he's also thirsty simple. I gotta admit, I've seen that word said a lot. I don't know what it means. I don't know what that word means. Like, but I see it get thrown around, like, in Twitch and that, and, like, I don't know what that means. I'm guessing, I don't know. Does it mean, like, you're whipped? Oh, fuck! Okay, I need my execution here, though. Yeah, you know what? Kill me, kill me. Kill me fast. There we go. I'm tipping him. Simpleton, let's just say. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I think that's a sign. I mean, it's weird because you know, I stream and you know on YouTube and everything, but like, I don't really. Oh well, that's just not. I don't really spend a lot of time like browsing the web anymore. Like you know, like forums and that, where you would probably see this kind of shit. Like I don't really do that anymore. I hardly ever consume like other content because I just make mine. All right, so. Okay. This will make up my time, so I could probably, like, kill these goons. And then hopefully make up the time and get my executions. Hello there. I did not know he was in here. Yeah, you really can't tell it as a Rockstar game. I mean, to be fair, like, VHS, you're right, and I hate that. I hate that forums, like, are dead. Because, here's the thing, I joined the Doom Discord, right? Because I really wanted to learn, like, running the game and that. And I joined the Doom Discord. It's a fucking mess. Like, like... You know, this might be an old man comment, but I genuinely think forums are better if you want, you know, like, an efficient way to access a large amount of, like, technical information. Like... I think Discord is, like, absolute dog shit for that. You know? Because it's just one giant fucking thread. Like, you can pin messages, but, like, I don't know, man. I think a forum is way better for that. It's why it's why NG Realm, like, ain't going anymore. And admittedly, like, I don't go on there that much anymore, because I just don't really have a whole lot of free time to do it. But... on that forum, like, if you want, like, the leaderboards or the end of chapter scores, like, 2 clicks away. You ain't got to scroll through, like, 800 fucking pages of posts to find that information. Jesus, there's a lot of guys up here. That's true, yeah. So I just... it's just such a messy way to, like, have info, you know? Oh, man, when they still knock you, that sucks. This is definitely one of the worst missions to 5-star. Well, or 4-star, like... I mean, like, this mission's even worse on hardcore, because you don't have a radar. I love that you can open doors with bullets. Alright. What time is it? That's only 9 o'clock. That was very nice. That hurt my feelings. This also uses X to shoot, and not a trigger. Right, he's like the last guy that I can execute. That was weird. Gun enemies seem to behave really strange. Now there is one enemy left, I think, wasn't there? What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this game was very popular with the kids, you know? Very family-friendly game. Which I still think that's a valid, yeah, it's style points, so I need more executions in that level. I'm not sure what the time limit is, though. It's just funny how I feel like it's almost impossible now for violence to be controversial. I really do think people are so fucking numb to it now that just... I mean, the graphics don't help, because obviously this game doesn't look, you know... it doesn't look realistic anymore. Not that it looked terribly realistic when it came out, but... you know, the graphics now are so far removed. Alright, so... I need more executions. I had 3 reds in that run. Looking at that final time, I'm not sure that, like, checkpoint restarts actually count. Like, towards your time. Because that final time was, like, 9 minutes and something. That was... I definitely spent longer on the mission than that.
Sector looks clean.
There we go. Okay, he's recording that footage. Yeah, that never really makes any sense. It's the camera angles. Ah! Oh, crap. Okay, well there's my third execution. Yeah, it was... God, some of the shit... I think that the thing as well is the subject matter. So for anyone that isn't aware, the story of this game is... the guy I'm playing is on death row. And a very corrupt film director arranges for you to be knocked out, basically, instead of killed. So he can use you as his leading man in his snuff film ring. And things go south. So that's where the whole camera angles come from. You know, one thing that is really funny, though, about this game, and this is where it's one aspect in where so few games did it, but when they did it really well. The manual for this game that came with the PS2 and Xbox version, the manual was like a pretend catalog for his company, and I feel like if that happened now, manuals are obviously a thing of the past anyway, but if they did that now, people would go fucking insane over that, because they'd be like, it's real, they're trying to actually get people to do this, and oh my god, think of the children. Think of my little 5-year-old with this 18 rated game that he's totally shouldn't be playing, you know? Like, he might get corrupted. It's like, well, you know, don't buy Manhunt then. Like, you know. Actually, you know, control, like, what your kids consume. Alright, that's a problem. Because I have to take out that camera. Could get a headshot, actually, maybe. Oh, yeah, I did. It kind of got... what happened on it? I died somewhere, and I can't... Oh, yeah, Mr. X. Yeah, I got an unlucky Mr. X pattern and got killed. I really didn't enjoy it though, to be honest. I enjoyed doing the 100% kill everything run like way more. Like I found that way more fun. I just wanted to try like a hardcore speed run just for fun. But I don't think I'm going to bother with it. I really prefer going for the kill all rank run. I think it's way more enjoyable. Right, take that. So I'm trying to think. Is there a way I can get this guy to come up here? Come over here. Is he going down the stairs? Ah, okay. We got one coming here. But yeah, now I've got the Leon one in the bag. I'm probably going to start looking at Leon B. Like, doing the same thing for Leon B. If I could get all 4 scenarios, that'd be really cool. Ah, what are you doing? Is he? Okay. I could get some shotgun headshots. Yeah, I'll try that. I feel like going for another red's just going to take way too much time. These first 2 are like totally guaranteed though. Right. Yeah, and I could shotgun the 3rd guy. I'm hungry. Why am I hungry at 9 o'clock? That was weird. Why did he turn? Why did he turn around? That was annoying. God, there's so many enemies in that room as well. No. No. Even death row inmates can't handle Ryu's moonshine. Right, I got no shotgun ammo, so... Alright, there was another guy over here, wasn't there? Where is he? Where the fuck is that guy? He was on the ground floor, so... Ah! If he gets out of here, if you remember the room at the very top where the button is, that's where he goes. And you just... Yeah, you do not want that. He is significantly harder to get to there. How the fuck did you get all the way over here? upstairs. There's still somebody in there. That's the captain. Good night. Damn it, I knew there was still there. Oh, man. Okay, this is going to take too long. I need to properly practice that. Alright, so, I'm trying to think. What would be a good one to do without getting spotted? Definitely not that one. I'm trying to think of, what levels, like, don't have, because there's quite a few levels that have forced fights, so it's impossible to do them without getting spotted. Let me just check here. Alright, so what have I got left? Yes, I gotta do that. Yeah. Oh, apparently that doesn't count. Oh no, there is a story, VHS. Just you can go back and like pick levels on a completed save. Apparently, the forced fight in this one doesn't count. We'll see about that.
These streets are being patrolled by gangs. They're scum, just like you. And they're here to hunt you down and cut you up. I'll try to direct you as best I can, but other than that, you're on your own. It's up to you. Okay, are you ready? Camera.
It is weird to think that like that, you know, that video effect, like, you know, it's funny, but like, even if someone was born the year this game came out, like, they're technically not old enough to play it yet. But if someone like that did play this game,
Go on.
yeah, they probably ask like, why does this look like this? Like, what's this? Like, what is that? And it's like, have you never seen a camcorder?
I'll be frank with you. We set that jump up to see if you had what it takes to be our leading man. A little audition, if you will.
I think you can really tell Brian Cox is having like a lot of fun doing this voice. I'm guessing style doesn't count. That execution in particular, like, really caused a lot of stuff. 180 turn. Strafing, running and strafing.
I know you've got the balls, so just
Look at that.
give me the best you've got, and you'll deal with this
Ahead of its time.
No problem. The gate will open once I'm done filming here.
Oh.
Give me some help.
There we go.
This is a game.
Right, so all we've got to do here is not get spotted.
Snuff him out.
There's 3 guys up here, I think.
You're gonna turn the Slash world on its head.
Oh no, I've got to do this bit first.
Now just take your time, Cash.
What's up, B-Trans?
Each gang
It is primarily a stealth game. Where you have to sneak up on people and kill them.
hoods, but none of that should bother you. As far as you're concerned,
And they're all criminals.
okay.
So it's totally fine. No cause for concern. The red, like the red circle that appears on the radar, that's how much noise you're making. That's why on hardcore, when they take that away, like it's a big difference.
Too scared to come out and play, little lady?
Taste that chump.
Oh, okay. I would say pretty significant. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I feel like Rockstar's games do get carried quite a bit by their like narrative and their writing, you know. I don't feel like mechanically they're really all that competent for the most part.
Just let me be the first to get a hold of that freak.
Take him.
I was explaining to a young colleague recently how you had to tune in your Mega Drive picture via aerial. I may as well have been from Victorian times. Man, I remember that. God, that was a pain in the arse, man. Channel 6. Channel 6 used to be the one I used to use. And God, it was... And I remember when I okay, we'll have an old man story here. I remember when I got my first TV that had a dedicated, like, external channel button on the remote.
Some grade A, honest to God gold.
And the first time I used my Mega Drive with that, plugged in the SCART lead and just hit like external 1 and it was there, I was just, it's just like, oh my god, this is the future. This is so good. You know? Oh, it was so nice. Simpler times, man. It was such a good feeling. Alright, now there's a guy up top in there, isn't there? So, yeah, we'll lure this guy here.
I know you.
Yeah, and I remember tuning in TV. Remember what I remember the first TV I got that auto tuned in all its channels, and it was just, it's like, oh my god. You just pressed auto tune, and then
What do I
like
have to
it
do
just
to get a
tuned
friggin' break
in
around
every
you?
channel. It was amazing. And now who watches TV? It's weird how that's gone like to a point that like no one even probably thought was gonna happen. Like now, just no one watches TV. Never mind, like, oh man, like I had this TV that tuned in all its channels, and someone would be asked like people used to watch stuff on TV. Really? How quaint. Would you get the fuck over here?
Damn, it's him. I swear, guys.
Technology will never get better than this, Joey, 1996. I'm trying to think,
In there, man. Nothing.
trying to think, like, what's some of the earliest, like, tech memories that really blew you guys away? Like, really early. I remember DVDs were, like, DVDs were really fucking impressive when they came out, you know? Like, seriously, the difference in picture quality from a DVD to a video was, like, honestly pretty unbelievable at the time. I saw my first, like, DVD in 1999. We did Demon, but it wasn't really a big thing here. Funnily enough, I really want to get one just because like certain like Laserdisc versions have like content that like no other version has. Like, so I gotta admit, like, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a Laserdisc player. These guys are staying annoyingly close together. Okay, so Twitch has automatically given this shooter action horror stealth adventure game. Somewhat accurate. Can you turn around? Right. That was close. That was really close.
Better cut and run because my friends will be here any moment.
You fucking bitch. You absolute bastard. That's a very short mission. I can do that again. I don't remember anyone who had a Laserdisc player.
These streets are being patrolled by gangs. They're scum. Just like you.
I remember
To hunt you down.
minidisc players were pretty like... No, not even minidisc players. I remember portable CD players being
It's up to you.
like
Okay.
just really impressive at the time. Because I remember the first thing I had to play music was a big fat boombox that used to take, like, if you ever wanted to use it cordless, you had to put like 1808 like, you know, D batteries in there, you know, the thick boys. And I remember, like, you know, you'd record music off the radio onto cassette tape on it. It had two cassette tape decks on it, so, you know, you could like make mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I remember that, and then, so from going from that to, like, you know, something that was pretty much the size of a CD with buttons on it, with earphones, early earphones. That was pretty fucking insane at, like, you know, like the age of 9 and 10. Isn't Terminator 2 on Laserdisc, like, supposed to be the absolute best one? Like, the best version? I remember my dad bought a computer in the mid-80s. We weren't allowed to even touch it because he'd sure he'd break it. He spilled a beer over it the second day and it just blew up.
Way to go.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but that's somewhat ironic. Yeah, I remember first computer actually was pretty impressive too. Like, just I remember it was a fat CRT monitor, and I remember it came with all, obviously, you know, in the time it was 1998. It came with all this like preloaded garbage on it, and I remember there was it was really random, but it had this clip art package, right? Just go with me on this for a minute. And it had, I think, 15 million like individual clip art images to use on like Office and shit. But Office itself at the time, I want to say, used to cost over £1,000 for like a complete Office package. And I remember like just going on the PC in like with the free version of Word and just going through like all the clip art images. Like, it was really it was weird, man. God, yeah, I bet it did actually in the 80s too. And that's weird as well. Like the first PC, like, you know, we had our first PC before the internet was a thing. I remember getting the internet. Like, the internet was pretty crazy, but it wasn't really, you know, not really how it is. Like, you know, it's not really how it is now. It's so weird. How different things are in that regard. Like, technology is just, I don't know.
Damn.
Has it gone too far?
I must be hearing.
You could say so.
Wipe 'em out.
So then I remember, what was it? Yeah, it was the second PC we got. I think the second PC's hard drive was like, I want to say 200 gigs. So here's something funny, right? Back then, I sound like I'm talking about the fucking Stone Age, but hard drive size was like a listed point on a PC. If you were buying a PC, it would actually tell you. This is why the whole memory versus RAM thing is annoying. Because memory, like, RAM is RAM. Memory is, to me, memory is like storage. Like, you know, because people used to say, like, how much memory does something have? And they were referring to hard drive space, not RAM. And I remember seeing, like, you know, the first time, like, I saw, like, 100 gigs advertised as a hard drive size. I was like, man, 100 gigs? Like, what would you, you know, like, what would you need 100 gigs for? You know? And yet now, like, they literally don't even, like, tell you what Like, it's such an irrelevant thing. Like, they don't even tell you, like, how much memory something has, like, how much storage. It's like, well, you know, if you want an extra 4 terabytes, you can just throw it in there and it's fine for, like, 50 quid now. And it's like, My first PC's hard drive was 5 gigs for reference. First MP3 player was 32 megabytes. Oh, come on. Dude, what the fuck was that, man? Windows, yeah, I remember Windows 98.
Looks like this goes all
Was it? The start noises, man. Remember when mice used to have balls in them? There's no balls here. Like, and they were God, you know what? That's one thing, right? That's how you know you're way past the point of no return. Like, if you ever find anyone that's like, man, things used to be better years ago. I miss my fucking trackball mouse. Like, that person is fucking insane. Because they were absolutely fucking garbage. Just, Jesus Christ, man. Space Cadet pinball. God, I used to love pinball. Cinema where I used to go to, with like the one friend that used to go to the cinema. Hardly anyone used to, like, as kids. They had pinball machines, like actual pinball machines, and God, pinball's just fucking cool, you know? And just use a cheat where you can control the board with your mouse. I remember, like, yeah, like, optical mice. Like, I remember getting my first optical mouse and was like, whoa. This is the shit, you know? This is so fucking cool. Used to take, like, at school, like, you know, obviously, as you can imagine, you know, you used to take the balls out of people's mice to fuck with them. They'd be like, why isn't my mouse working? I don't know. Like, oh, man. Those were the days. No more cleaning the mouse ball. Yep. Those last two guys are being a real pain in my arse. Okay, I want to check something here, actually. No, it doesn't work. So if you grabbed them on the PS2 version and, like, mashed the buttons like that, okay, it actually worked there. But on the PS2 version, that was like a guaranteed full grab on them. Like, they could not get out of it. And it might be due to the shittier frame rate, I don't know. Because it always seemed really weird how, like, you could grab them, but they would just randomly get out of your grab. If you just mashed the buttons, like, track and field style, they were dead. An efficiency hack. That's what it's called, cheats. I'm just hacking the efficiency, I'm not cheating. Come on! What about... One thing I do not miss about any game, and it's even something that's a little bit annoying in the old Resident Evils, is unskippable cutscenes. Like... I don't actually know what you said there. Was it erase his face? Yeah, Valiant Video, that's like Starkweather's, like, you know, shady company. Would a shady company really have, like, a van, though? Like... Is that? You know, that's not very subtle. Please don't walk through these shadows. Fucker. I just, you know, I got me.
Is that you? You can
I
trust
can't be
me.
really good.
I ain't like...
Oh yeah, I remember video. Man, I used to burn fucking VCDs. Yep. I remember, like, in the early days of downloading music and that. Like, yeah, like, people would rip, like, music videos and shit. Like, ah, man.
Okay. Some more of these shitheads hanging around the exit. Give
I
me
wonder
some
how different
really
things would have been if,
hardcore
when, like, Napster first came on the scene. And I've said this before, because it wouldn't surprise me. And I think, realistically, like, you'd have to think they've thought of it. Instead of going after them, can you imagine if, like, after a year or so, maybe someone thought, what if we'd have just bought Napster and, like, turned it into digital music? Someone's definitely had that thought now, you know? Like, what if we just bought it and, like, started doing that 20-odd years ago? I bet there are certain people that are like, fuck! Like,
Nothing again. Shit.
like we fucked up there, didn't we? Yeah, I remember VCDs, yeah. I think it was literally just video CD. I remember, I remember just one thing, actually, that was a really, like, pivotal thing, tech-wise. I remember when I got, when my dad actually got our first CD writer for our PC. Holy shit, man. I don't remember some of these lines on the old version. Yeah, I remember getting the first CD writer and actually being able to burn CDs. Anybody remember Nero, the CD burner software? It was like by far the best. Nero was the shit. Okay, so that I didn't think so.
You're doing fine, Cash. Just fine. We're getting some great material here. Keep going.
Yeah, I thought so. That does not trigger the undetected trophy. So yeah, I didn't think so. I'll have to have a look into that then, because I can't remember what's a good mission for that. Because I know that I think this one has forced encounters. Oh god, I bet it is actually a demon, yeah. It's been really warm the last few days here too. Nero, that day, someone remembers. Yeah, Nero, man. Nero was amazing. God, that was. I remember that was one of the few software things, you know, people actually paid for back then. Because it's crazy to think back to that era. Like, just, man, people just didn't pay for fucking anything. Like in the really early days of the internet, like people just fucking pirated everything. Like music, films, software, like just anything. Like if you could get it online, like people were fucking bootlegging that shit. What's up, Jesident? Is that not the one?
You're the asshole on TV.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, man. Yeah, we'll level that grammar up. What can I wrap up with? You know, I still need a really good wrap-up game for PS4. I haven't really got one. So that's a good game, though. I like 10 Second Ninja. Alright, I'm gonna have to double check that trophy then. That's annoying. Some of these trophies on. I'm not surprised people haven't really done okay. Yeah, I definitely should have had that going by that, but I copy. Oh, okay. Well, then that was obviously a test. Where are we? Oh yeah. Oh well, I'll leave that in there as a mix. Then hopefully people will like type it properly. Oh wow, it's there. Okay, holy crap. That must have got approved. I didn't know that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I submitted it the other day. Hang on. Why can't I? Why isn't that working for me? Wait, is it lowercase? Yeah, like, why can't I use that? Oh, wait, it's now showing up for me. That was weird. Okay, that's still not showing up. Like, yeah, like, they all just showed up for me. Okay, we've finally got it. We finally have the double jaws. Jugs, rather. Yeah, yeah, because it's showing up, like, in the chat window, look. And it's showing up in chat when you guys try it, but not me. That's weird. Alright, so, yeah, so actually, I thought I'll wrap up here with a bit of an update on what's happening over the next few weeks. Long story short, I won't get, like, too much into it. But I'm gonna make the move into this, like, full-time, pretty much. Not this, as in Twitch. That's a terrible idea right now. But, like, content creation is where I'm gonna kind of plant my flag going forward. And I'm gonna put more time into Twitch, obviously. So I've actually got a lot more emotes and that on the way. Badges and shit like that for subs. Just to kind of get everything, like, I want to get all that stuff basically good to go for when I actually make the leap. Because realistically, I just don't really think I can do what I want to do while working the job I'm working right now. So I can do this easily enough, like, at the end of the day. Because really all I'm doing here is I'm just streaming what I would be doing anyway. Like, this is how I would spend my evening anyway. It's just playing games, pretty much. So this kind of takes care of itself. Oh, okay, sorry, I thought it was me. The main thing I want to move into is actually more fitness focused. So I'll be starting a new channel for that as soon as I can find it, as soon as I can think of a good name for it. And I'm pretty much just putting together my plans right now. I don't really know what we're gonna do UK wise in terms of lockdown, because we have got it, like, you know, what's the word? Like, some things have come off, but not everything. So it's probably a way off yet. But I'm trying to get as many things in place as I can for when I go full time into it. So yeah, watch this space. Keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting stuff on Discord throughout the next few weeks, just to kind of get an idea of, like, what people want to see. Because I've been keeping my ear to the ground regarding, for lack of a better word, like, online fitness for a while, like, for the last couple of years. I've never really talked about it because up until, like, you know, this happened, like, I was pretty happy doing what I was doing. And yeah, I feel like that's actually a much better place to go than this right now. But I can still do this as well, because, as I said, it's just what I'd be doing normally. So, the blue, yeah, it's weird. The blue jug is like, hopefully, like, once I relaunch this, maybe, like, it'll work. Yeah, because, like, that's showing up for me. I'm seeing that now. So yeah, when all my emotes are sorted, I'll post them in Discord, and I'll post, like, sub badges and that, and, like, we can talk about that and see what's going on. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If there's anything in particular you guys want to see or are interested in knowing regarding sort of a much more, like, fitness focused YouTube presence, let me know, because it's something that I feel like is on the, like, it's weird. I feel like the cracks are just starting to show. If you've ever, like, looked into this stuff, like, the cracks are definitely starting to show with all the bullshit that's out there. People are starting to get wise to it, and people are actually starting to call it out, which is really good. But there is still a shocking amount of misinformation out there, and just straight up bullshit. You know, there's people, they're not misleading, like, people are just outright talking out of their arse. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go to in the future. I don't know how far this is off, to be honest. So yeah, so like funny enough, Jez, you mentioned that. It's not something that I'm not going to go into it now, but I've definitely, like, I'm starting to take notes on, like, what people aren't doing, and just coincidentally, it's actually stuff that I would do anyway. So we'll see sort of time-wise what happens. I think it was like no time before June. I don't think like things are going to go back to normal here, and I can't really do this here. That's kind of the big like spanner in the cogs right now, is I can't actually do what I want to do based here. Like I need to be back home to do this stuff. So it could be like 3 months away at this point. I hope it isn't, but you know, it is a way off yet. But on the flip side, the longer it is away, the more I can build up Twitch. Like I am going to focus on this a bit more to try and actually get, you know, more of a presence here, you know. What? Kale smoothies and crunches won't give me defined abs in 3 days. No such thing as a small room workout routine. I mean, so for example, that right there, there is. I actually tested a workout this morning, which was like sort of like a beginner thing I was gonna try. And like afterwards, I was like, "There's no way this is a beginner workout," because that's something that I've mentioned before. Is I've had to work like really hard to get to where I am in terms of like fitness level. Like I'm not naturally strong. I'm not naturally like big or well built. I'm naturally very weak. Got a lot of energy, but like not a lot of like cardio conditioning. And I think some people are just a lot more gifted with it than others. And there definitely seems to be this idea that like everyone is the same. Everyone is like the same lump of clay, and they can all be molded in the same way. What is out there right now seems to be like it takes nothing into consideration regarding, well, you know, for example, like what I was just talking about with like beginner workouts, you know, and like you see beginner workouts and like people put like overhead press in a beginner workout, and I think that's not a like to me that's not something I would recommend to someone who has literally never lifted before. Like overhead, like a good overhead press with proper form, with any like substantial weight, like you need to build up like your upper body to be able to do that properly. Like, you know, you could do it with an empty bar, and we're getting wildly off topic here, but you kind of get where I'm coming from, you know. Like there's a lot of this stuff where like, you know, like for example, beginner workout routines where you work out every day. Like it's fucking like that is so dumb. It's unreal like how stupid that is to anyone who's ever actually trained and got to a point where like you can like working out like say 4 or 5 days a week is a lot. Like, because if you're working out 4 days a week, that's the maximum you can do while maintaining a rest day. So for example, if you did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, that's 4 days a week. But then the next week, you'd only be able to work out 3 days, because Monday would be your rest day in the second week. So then it'd be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's 3 days. So, you know, you have to keep that in mind as well. I mean, yeah, now I'm definitely not demon. Like, now I'm actually, like, it's funny, like, I'm actually a lot stronger than, like, at least for the most part, like, my build would have people believe. But that's because most people now equate strength with, you know, do you look like a Marvel hero with their shirt off? And more often than not, I mean, I'm not, you know, humble brag here, but when I'm at the gym, there's people, like, 3 times the size of me that aren't as strong. Like, size does not equal strength at all. Like, it can be an indicator, but for the most part, like, it's really got nothing to do with it. Maybe doing videos of ways you can work out in unconventional places or ways. So obviously, if you can afford your small one-room apartment. Oh, that stuff's definitely on the way. I hate that idea. People are like, oh man, you know, I want to work out, but like the nearest gym is like £50 a month. It's like you don't need a gym to work out. Not at all. I can lose weight and gain muscle without doing any work whatsoever. Real tips only. Oh man, it's yeah, but I mean, all the stuff you guys are saying here, like it's funny, like it's true. The stuff people, Joe's peer presses more than Joe does. The stuff like, you know, this sort of stuff is what gets peddled, and it's it's crazy, and I think you have these really weird ideals of like what matters as fitness, and what matters as like being healthy and conditioned. It's funny. I saw a video today. I won't go into it, but there was a video. Someone was like, "This is another thing as well. This is what I'm not going to be doing because it's where it's gone on YouTube." So much of like fitness and that on YouTube has just resorted to like 100% reactionary, like shit talking. It really is all it is now. Is like someone will make a video. You know, it's honestly a load of shit. But then everybody in like a certain circle will make a video about that person being an idiot. And I think like that's not the way to do it. Because all you're doing is drawing more attention to this person. That's all you're doing. Like, in the internet, in the realm of the internet. All you're doing is, this guy's a fucking idiot. Oh, okay, let's go look him up. They don't watch that video. They just go and look up the moron. You know? Like, people are, like, almost involved in, like, what everyone else is doing. As opposed to what they want to do. And it's kind of the same with how I do this, you know? Like, if I really wanted to, like, you know, get big views, I'd make Last of Us 2 controversial videos over the last week. I don't want to do that because I don't give a shit. You know? I'll let those people do that. I definitely look like a Marvel hero, Fat Thor. I just want to be able to do backflips off the ground, honestly. It's funny. So like bodyweight stuff is a really good example. So on that note, with regarding like stuff I see in the gym, there is people that like, you know, they lift like way too much weight with horrendous form. They can't do a single push-up, like or a proper pull-up, you know. And it gets into like, it's weird, like the crossover between like the way I approach like gaming related stuff and like exercise is actually very, very similar. So I'm all about like what's optimal. So me and my roommate have talked about this before, because she's, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but like definitely not as well versed in like actual like training. And there are certain exercises that she's actually stopped doing like since knowing me, because I've said, yeah, that exercise is a waste of time. Like yeah, it's better than nothing, but it's not actually beneficial for you. For example, curls in the gym. You see guys doing curls all the time. All the time. Why? Like, are you getting paid? Are you getting paid, like, to have, like, bicep pictures taken? If not, you're wasting your fucking time. Do chin-ups or pull-ups instead. Like, if you want... Here's the thing, like, you should always have the... You should always ask yourself, like, why you're doing something. With anything, like, with any form of training, there should always be a reason for why you're doing it, you know? It shouldn't just be, oh, well, you know, so-and-so on the internet said I should do this. It's like, well, what are your goals? Are your goals to have really strong arms? If the answer is yes, there are way better things you can do than, like, curling 7 days a week. You know, do you want to be able to run for a very, very long amount of time? You know, if the answer is yes, then practice long distance running. Don't go to a gym and run on a treadmill, because like that's not representative of an actual run outside, you know. To be fair, like learning to backflip is something that like was on my immediate to-do list, because the rock climbing gym has a really good place to like practice that. But then obviously all this happened, and it was like, damn it. I utilize a Chris Redfield workout. Just go out there and punch Nate into it. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's a good thing to end on, I guess, because I'm getting, you know, we've got tangents galore here. But I feel like with everything in this day and age, like health and nutrition and fitness, all people care about is appearance. It's all people give a shit about is appearance. It's you know, you have people, and I see it just through like osmosis of keeping my ear to the ground, but you have people that like say certain things, and I think if you said that blind, like if people didn't see you, you know, in your like bikini or whatever with your fake tits and all that, and your fake ass, or like for the opposite, like if people didn't see you in your really, really small t-shirt that's probably your little brother's, you know, if you said this stuff blind to people, they'd be like, okay, whatever, mate. But because people have been like so conditioned in thinking like, oh, that person's like in shape, they obviously know what they're talking about. It's actually bollocks. Like, it's complete bollocks, you know. Dandelions don't know what's going to do that. That's also very true, Justin. Yeah, like for example, like I don't just weight train. You know, obviously right now I'm pretty limited in what I do, but I don't just weight train. So before all this shit happened, weight training was a big thing for me as well. But I was just starting to get into strongman stuff as well. I used to swim, used to go rock climbing, I used to walk like everywhere. Walking is such an underrated exercise as well. People don't think of it as that, but it is. It's a great exercise. And keeping it varied and keeping it well-rounded is really, really, really beneficial. And mobility, flexibility, like being able to move is just, you know, is good. So, I don't know VHS. I don't know. That's something I'm trying to think of a way to do, to be honest, Jesden, because most people that do that do it in a very, very negative way, and I'm not interested in that. You know. And here's the other thing too that I'll end on. All this talk about training is kind of by the by. The most important thing by far, the most important thing for your well-being is, I don't want to use the word diet, but it is your diet. Like, it's your nutrition. Like, what are you eating on a daily basis? So, God, what was I doing? It was, I might have been at work meeting, you know, actually, but someone said something about, like, you know, this, you know, like, I'm really struggling with, you know, being indoors all day. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm having to concentrate more on that, to not eat garbage. Like, I'm not buying, like, junk right now. I have, like, a few things that I have for the weekend as, like, treats, but, like, I'm being real strict right now, because otherwise I'd go back to, like, you know, fucking 2 packs of biscuits a day, JTB. You know, swimming is swimming is one of the best exercises you can do. It's so good. It's so low impact on, like, you know, things like your joints. Just, I suppose your joints are the main thing, really. But, like, you know, your joints, your cartilage, like, even walking, like, you know, you're impacting your joints more. Swimming, like, you're suspended by the water. You know, you're just moving your body with resistance. It's such a good exercise. Yeah, but the whole diet and nutrition thing these days, you know, people think, oh, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to eat, like, a salad and a granola bar for lunch. It's like, motherfucker, that's not healthy. Like, that granola bar ain't good for you. Just eating a salad isn't good for you. Like, think about this, and this is a good way to, I might even turn this into a series. It's like, if your body could talk, right? And this is, I've mentioned this to people, and I think, you know, you're going to eat, you know, like a bowl full of kale, you know? If your body could talk, it would say, like, okay, how is this going to benefit me again? Like, are you going to have anything with this? Like, oh, you drinking, like, wine every night. Why? Imagine if your body could give you a stern talking to, you know? So, yeah, we grew up from his back. Funny enough, Jesden, you've actually hit on something that I 100% am putting together ideas for that very video series. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Yeah, like there's a very particular series that is going to be pretty fun to do, and it's you're pretty close on that one, you know. Yeah, calories in, calories out is really, but again, people are very binary these days. Like, so, like, I've seen this in the scene. Like, so many people are like, nothing else fucking matters. It's just calories in, calories out. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it isn't, because I know, me personally, like, I can get away with it. I can eat fucking like 1 billion calories of garbage every day, and I don't put on weight. I'm not healthy, but I don't put on weight. Oh, thanks for the bits, Demon. You know, it's not just about calories. Like, and again, people focus on that way too much. You know, I've seen people, you know, they'll look at like, a microwave meal, and they'll say something like, "Oh, it's only 350 calories. Like, this is healthy." I'm like, no, it fucking isn't. Like, look at the fucking ingredients list. It's called a chicken curry. Chicken makes up 12% of the ingredients. What's the fucking rest? Like, what is in that fucking just frozen brick of matter that you're gonna eat? Like, what's in it? Like, oh, it's crazy, man. Anyway, we won't get off topic too much. Rustler's Burgers. Oh, God. Oh, man. You know, it's funny. I had an idea for, like, the animation of that. To just, like, throw up, like, just a random picture. Like, it obviously wouldn't be nudity, but, like, along the same lines, it'd be funny. Orange juice ingredients, orange juice 8%. Yeah, exactly. Shit like that, you know? Exactly. They definitely are, Jesden. They definitely are. But yeah, that's a perfect example of, you know, most people just eat just horrendously bad. I've gone on like so many. I've gone on so many rants about pop over the years on like on YouTube and that. And you know, don't get me wrong. Like, I every now and then, like, I'll have, you know, a can of pop on stream, but like, how often do you guys see that? Like, what do I normally drink? Like, you know, it's all you need. Anyway. Still got to do that 1 death equals 1 can of pop run in RE4. If I did that, I would play so fucking lame. Dying would not be an option. I would never die, ever. I'd use bullets all the time. I wouldn't even melee. It'd be so good. I don't believe in banks, so I just frivolously spend my money. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm really in the mood for NG. I might just chill with NG tomorrow. I really just want to play some NG again, so we might just have a super chilled NGB run tomorrow, where I just have a bit of fun. So yeah, that's a brief outline. I say brief, I think that was like half an hour, of where I'm going in the next few weeks. Hopefully few weeks. I hope this doesn't take too long. But yeah, I'm definitely done with the 9 to 5 grind. It's not for me anymore. It's really not. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care and have a good night. Peace.